Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. I am back, as you can see, from my vacation in the mountains of Utah. It was fantastic, had a great time, but we're back in the driver's seat, and we're going to start off today on a Monday with Schlagzana from Clan Babbins in his Type 5 after the apocalyptic HE nerf. Well, this is sort of apropos because we're going to talk a little bit as we go. He shoots the old AP at the TS5 and gets the bounce of Lama Ding Dang. Pilgrim and I just had a coffee talk yesterday, and we talked about a lot of changes coming. And it got me thinking as I was deciding what video I wanted to use right here. Is he going to snipe the hatch? Nope, screen not penetrated. And takes a hit back from the heat. A lot of changes coming up. As we discussed on Coffee Talk, you can see that video that I will post, well, I posted yesterday. I haven't posted it yet because today is actually Sunday, but you get it, right? You get it. It's the magic of editing. Is he going to get some damage? Finally, an 803 with the AP round. A lot of changes coming, my friends, a lot of changes. We talked about it. But this is a big change that has recently happened. It's recently happened. What can we learn from it, if anything? Did it destroy the game? Did it make things better? Some people say it made things better. Some people say it made things worse. I think maybe it just made things different, to be quite honest. Obviously, if you're the KV2, I want to not aim. It's not really the way to say it. You're the KV2, I want to shred 200 to 300 hit points off the front of heavily armored tanks kind of person, then it's probably not your cup of tea. Oh, another 648. Have we shot AP? We have. We have let the AP rain down righteously on them. We're up to 1,451. So clearly some people are going to find that the changes are not to their liking. I think the majority of us are going to find that the changes are... Are we going to shoot him in the face? No. The majority of us are going to find that the changes are just different. Jury is still out. There's a lot more coming, which is kind of another point of the video, because what have we got? A small one is front lines with tier 9 in it. That doesn't really affect general gameplay. The other one is Crew 2.0. Some people calling it Screw 2.0. That we'll see how that one shows up. We're about to get field modifications in 1.14. That is probably happening. Probably 101%. I gave it 110%, my friends. And are we going to snipe another hatch? We want to. Oh, this is going to be glorious if it happens. Make it happen. Make it rain. Oh, you're right. I think he bounced off his own guy. Thank goodness team damage is not a thing anymore, because we would have deleted our JT right there, I think. So it remains to be seen if the big changes are going to do anything. This was a fairly big change, right? We got some SPG stuff. We got the HE nerf or change. Some people call it a nerf. Some people call it a change. And here we are still playing the game, right? Here we are, we're still playing the game, hopefully still enjoying the game. At some point, if we don't enjoy the game, we being whoever, oh, is this going to hurt? No, it's going to bounce. We being, you, me, the collective we, whatever, we quit, right? And we move on. But I don't think it's going to get to that point, to be honest. We'll lose some people, maybe. But I think a lot of people that say, I'm leaving, I don't think they really are. Surely somebody will leave. I know, changes happen. People go, nah, don't want to do that anymore. Don't want to deal with it. The company does have to be careful about making it so bad they lose too many. But I'll still be around, I'm pretty sure. Is this going to do damage, or there's a hitbox behind there? 2,713. I want you to note that we have used the all AP action in the old Type 5 here with Schlag, who's doing a really nice job here dropping the AP shells. What's the pen on this thing? It feels like it's fairly anemic, but maybe just enough. 252? Is that what it was? Yeah, not amazing, but enough. Got into the lower plate of the U100, penned the Type 4, got into the hatch of the TS5. We haven't even started touching HE. And I thought this was a good example as I was watching it of you're going to change the way you play the game a little bit as the game changes. It's just kind of what has to happen. If we're going to say that we're going to play the match that's in front of us vice what we want it to be, we kind of have to do the same thing with the gameplay. We got to play the game as it is. And if that's bad enough that you don't like it anymore, then, you know, I wish you luck and move on and all that good stuff. Oh, that's going to hurt. But if you're going to stick around, then we got to kind of change and see what is going on. That's not a great answer for everything. I hear that a lot when changes are coming. You know, people get into the forums and they say, well, too bad, Buttercup, suck it up. That's the way it is. There's nothing else you can do about it. Well, I don't really agree with that. We should be able to voice our opinions and our likes and dislikes, and I think we do along the way. But there's also a truth in, if you're going to stick around, you might as well just learn how to deal with it. And here we have Schlag, who's done a really nice job so far with the AP. And this is the point of the video where I claim that everything I say is true on a one-off game. Is that right? I think that's right. Is this going to hurt? No, that's missed. That's going to miss. And Schlag is, oh, he's got a buddy behind him. TS5 is trying to be a bit of a creeper in behind. He's just, where's the camo, man? How are you ever going to be sneaky? It says bring the heat on the side of the Type 5 right here. You cannot be sneaky without camo. Does it matter if you put camo? How much? What percentage does? Oh, the sneaky. Get that. Oh, what percent? Ow. Well, that took us down to 867. That's not good. We're down to a one-shot for sure. What percentage of camo does putting camo on a Type 5 give you? I should look at that. 0.02 or something like that. That's probably pretty close. So Schlag has soldiered on and said, well, okay, HE nerfs, fine, I'll just use this AP. Is he finally going to get that shot? Yes. Yeah, baby. 3,547, 2,390 bounced. And we are the anchor in more ways than one, actually, I think, here. An anchor can be good, and an anchor can be bad. Now we have an E100. Where's he going? Oh, he's going into the middle. Never mind. I don't think he's coming up the ramp, is he? No, he's hanging out the middle. Is Schlag going to finally leave his corner? Or has he decided he needs to take out this T? Oof. That was risky business. That takes forever to... Oh my gosh. RNG. Is it easier to just drop HE shells on people? Yeah. Absolutely. You know, in the olden days, you probably would have just been spamming HE at people. I don't know if he would have had this much damage, though. He was able to stay alive quite a bit. Now we're getting aggressive with our 270-odd hit points right there. I can't read it because I don't have my binoculars on. What is that, a 78, something like that? But good on Schlagzana for going, you know what, the game is what it is. Let me just see what I can do with my Type 5. He says in his note to me that he quite likes it. Doesn't really know why. It does have some decent armor. That was a nice little hit on the side of the old E100. I don't know if we fired any HE. Maybe one round. We're down to 6 AP. Uh-oh, here comes the 110 E5. This is trouble right here. Is he really going to come around the corner? Yep. Schlag is like, I got to get out of here. So he's going to back up. E100 is kind of stuffed. There we go. We finally get that guy down. We're up to 4,699. We're not quite done yet. Not quite done yet. A lot of guys out in the field out there still playing Camp-A-Llama Ding Dang, so they just got to get rid of this 110E5 between 3 tanks. Well, he is pretty much 100%. No, he's got about 2/3 hit points. We can tell that now by looking up at the names up there. You can see the 110E5's color is down about 1/3, maybe 1/4. So lots of changes coming. We're just going to have to roll with them, I think, if we're going to stick around with the game, and I think a majority of you probably will. There are some things about them I don't like. I could do without adding more bonuses and buffs to things and making it such that you can pay your way to those kinds of things. I don't think that's a great idea for the game. Gets away from the free-to-play idea, but we've been driving away from the free-to-play idea for quite a few years. For a long time, it was just in the case of... This is going to hurt. Just in the case of reward tanks, things like that. We have done a lot of Wii, the game as a whole, or perhaps Wargaming Wii, used in that context. Has done a lot of things to monetize different parts of the game as they've gone along through the years. And the progression, obviously, at this point is to monetize crews. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we really took a step in that direction already, didn't we? We already did, you know, with the special crews that come with tanks. A lot of them being tie-ins, but you could buy those things. 0 skill crews, things like that. we really have been marching towards more of an MMO feel for a long time, or more of a modern MMO feel with the kind of monetization and game mechanics that come with those things, whatever you think of those. Individually, that is the direction we've been kind of working. I talked about it on Coffee Talk, and I'll say it again here because I got some pushback on it, and I'm going to tell you, I told you so. Not that it can change anything, or that really being right in this case anyway is that important, but I did say, if you will recall, that I was against the idea of the cooldowns on consumables because I said that that is a slippery slope headed in a direction we don't want to go. That being the current modern MMO idea, where it's a little bit less about the chess game that World of Tanks is famous for, the mind game, and a little bit more about the right equipment and the setup and the cooldowns and button mashing magic powers. We haven't gone all the way to that. It's possible we don't ever go too far into that, but it has to be said that what we're doing right now is certainly moving in that direction. And I think that's the thing that bothers me the most about the changes, not because they are changes. I fear change, that kind of thing. It's not that I just want to not have change. I don't want this game to turn into another MMO, because there are dozens of those out there that come and go. And this one has lasted 10 years, precisely, in my opinion, because it's not the classic modern MMO. I think that's really important. I really do. If you get away too far from that, I think you're hurting the brand, you're hurting the game. But we'll have to see. As with everything, we get the old, we're going to cap out. Schlag, what are we doing, man? Gun up and salute. Good on you, you capped out. All right, I'm a little bit disappointed in that, actually. I'm disappointed in that, right? No kill, cap all. No kill, cap all. So it's not like the IS-3A. Well, maybe it is like the IS-3A in terms of, oh my God, it's going to destroy the game, the Chrysler K, all the different conspiracies, or not conspiracies, what's the word I'm looking for? Kerfuffles that we've had in the past. The game's going to be destroyed, it's going to be bad afterwards, all that stuff. I think there's a little bit of truth to that as it walks away from what really made it great to some extent. But in every one of those cases, the point being, we had to kind of wait and see what came out of it. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't really like that as an answer, but it just becomes the truth, because there's nothing we can do about making wargaming not do some of these things. We can complain and give our feedback, and we'll see if they listen, but the fact is they rarely do, only in some cases. And generally it's only to modify a little bit the idea they already have in their head and they are pushing on us, right? Being their game and their development and the way they want it to go. To some extent, that's natural. So we just have to roll with the punches at the end of the day. And while that's not always the best answer, it's pretty much the only realistic answer, to be quite honest. We'll see how it rolls out. I really hope that it doesn't create as much of a disparity between the haves and the have-nots as it looks like it might, as they turn into a more monetized system like a regular MMO, where there are some pay-to-win elements or closer to pay-to-win elements. RNG is always going to keep a good portion of that in check, and that's really how they get away with it a little bit in this game. RNG is that X factor that comes at everybody, skilled and unskilled. So you can build these, great builds, but you can always have a bad day RNG wise. But that's kind of around the edges, and the bigger disparity you get between the equipment side and this crew side. So the more bonuses one player has over the other, the less the RNG is going to start to matter, especially as you start talking about large sample size, large numbers, that kind of stuff. So if we'll know it's getting bad if the good players start creeping towards that 70% win rate. If we start to see the disparity between the good and bad players increase win rate wise, we'll know that probably they have created a situation where the haves can build some really good equipment, and then all else being equal, i.e. they're good, they're going to have a huge advantage over other players. I don't know. It has seemed like actually it's creeped a little bit closer, and that's been interesting to me. we'll see if it changes on that. So wide-ranging discussion, just some things I was thinking about. Thought it was a fun game with the old Type 5 heavy right there. 4 kills for Schlag in his Type 5, 5,700. There might have been a blind shot in there because I want to say it was above 6,000 damage. Maybe not. 2,790 blocked. He assists nobody, and we're gonna get the salute in victory right there. Nice game, man. Thanks for sending that in. I thought it was a good flow for the discussion that we're gonna have today. Anyway, let me know what you guys know or think about. Let me know what you know. Also, let me know what you think about all of that down in the comments, because I think it's going to be a wild ride here for the next 6 months into Christmas as we get some of these changes. We'll see. Remember, it's sandbox for Crew 2.0, so who knows where that is. But it seems like this field modification was sort of a discussion, and then all of a sudden it was a thing in a patch happening now. So don't be surprised if Crew 2.0 comes screaming out of sandbox pretty quickly and becomes a patch here. This is a big move on Wargaming. It's a big change in the game mechanics, and I don't think they're going to sit on it too much if they get any kind of inkling that they're going to do it. The last thing I will say is that it does appear that RU is not pleased, so we'll see what their effect on the decision makers at Wargaming is on whether they're really going to go ahead with Crew 2.0 or not. It is fairly unpopular, I think, all around, but we'll see. That's all I've got. Guys, thanks for coming by. I am still offering coaching. I'm back in the seat, so if you guys are interested in that, send me an email, guido@1212gaming.com. I'll send you the information. We can start working on that. Please feel free to continue to send in the replays. I will continue to do replay analysis for people as much as I can, one video, obviously, a day, and I will try to get to as many of those as I can for you guys there to help you guys out. It's still the help channel. But if you want my undivided attention, send me that email and we will get an hour set up. That is all I've got for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you probably later today streaming. That's all I've got. Later.